welcome back to the Citizen channel. You're all staying safe and well, and our penultimate odds show before the World Cup break as we look at the Carabao Cup. The Carabao's cut back. We've got to do it this year, guys. We've got to retain it. Now Liverpool have edged ahead with 9 victories to our 8. Yeah, be great to win it again, wouldn't it? But we've got to get Chelsea out of the way first, haven't we? They're visiting the Etihad on Wednesday, the 9th of November 2022. Round three, which is like, I always look at it as round 4, really, if it was the FA Cups. That's how I always think about it, because obviously it's always a round ahead, isn't it? So win this, we're in the 5th round, or obviously the last 16, if you like. So let's have a look at the value on this game. Let's tread carefully on this one. A lot of people thinking Potter and Chelsea will be fairly strong for this, because it might be one of the trophies he can look at winning. They're not going to, people think they're not going to win the Champions League. People think they're not making assumptions. They're not going to win the league, Premier League. So they're thinking he'll go for the FA Cup and the League Cup. I'm not too sure. I don't think he'll go that strong. And I think as far as City are concerned, well, I'll tell you about that in a moment. Please, if you are new to the channel, push that subscribe button, push the bell notifications. So, you know, these vlogs are coming out everything City, past, present and forever. Lots of different things, of course. It'd be great to have you on board and spread the word if you can. And if you can just spare us a minute, just give us a thumbs up, guys. It's nice to get views, but it's nice to get a thumbs up, isn't it? Or a like if if you're on Twitter and YouTube yourself, it's very much appreciated. And my thanks to you. Right, when the fun stop, and be gamble aware after one. This is just for a bit of fun, a bit of interest for people. So obviously these prices today are generally available. I've not took the lowest price. I've took a sort of 1 or 2 price. So you might find 1 or 2 better prices at certain bookmakers. And all these prices are at the 7th of November 2022. If you look at winning the Carabao Cup itself, of course, City are favourites. No surprise there. We're 3-1. And second favourites are Liverpool, 8-1. Arsenal, 10-1. And Chelsea themselves, 12-1. The odds for the match, City win, not bad, 1-2 on. That's doable, isn't it? That's okay. If you think City, this is 90 minutes, of course. I'll have a look at the another option, the option with the 90 minutes later as well. So Chelsea are 9-2, and a draw is 7-2. So 1-2, yeah, we don't often get a home game where we get odds like that. So that, if you don't mind betting odds on, that's fine. This is my starting 11. As I said, I've sort of basically, because of the Fulham game and all our guys having to play more than for 70 minutes, as trying to make up for the missing man. I'm thinking Pep will rest most of those guys and virtually play the bench plus 2 or 3 others from the team that started that game. So this is my team. Check out my preview show if you want to know the whys and wherefores of how I got to this, because it's a bit. It's not the greatest team on paper, but I think Pep obviously will be strong for Brentford, won't we? Which is the last game before the World Cup. So I'm thinking Pep might just take a chance on this, and this team should be good enough. Ortega, Lewis, Diaz, Laporte, Gomez, Gundogan, Foden, Palmer, Mahrez, Alvarez and Grealish. Yes, I've not put Haaland in there yet. I'm just thinking he might just rest him again, just bring him on at some stage. So to sum up, I personally don't think Chelsea will go strong. I might be totally wrong on that. Obviously, they've got 4 or 5 injuries as well, so that's taking some of the better players away. And after the 10 men of City put that extra shift in against Fulham, I'm expecting a raft of changes from Pep, at least 7 or 8 changes to that. If it's not, it is what it is, but I'm planning on that. So based on that assumption, as I said, please tread carefully on these bets, I think, this week. Either way, I do expect a City victory, but I think it'll be a tight one. I don't think it'll be a high-scoring game. Right, first goal scorer, they've got Haaland down at 11-5. As I said, I don't think he'll start the game, but not too much, not too bad a price, 11-5. Alvarez is 4-1, KDB 13-2. Yeah, he's enjoying himself now, isn't he? But I don't think he'll be starting either. Aki and Gomez, if you want to rank outsiders who could be playing, obviously Gomez likes a shot, and Aki likes to get up for corners and gets a header in. They're both 28-1, so that might be interesting. If you look at the Chelsea guys, Aubameyang's 9-1, Havertz is 10-1, Sterling is 11-1. Well, that'd be typical, wouldn't it, if Sterling scored? But I'm not too sure whether those 3 guys will be playing. There might only be 1 or 2 of them. I doubt all 3 will be playing. Anytime goal scorer, yeah, look at obviously a lot of them are too short like Alvarez, but Mahrez is 2-1. He's got to be due a goal, hasn't he? Another goal, I think, in a cup match. KDB's 9-4. As I said, he might come on later, but so that's not bad value. But if he's only going to play half an hour or something, it's limiting the chances. Palmer's 13-5. I think Palmer will start this game if he's fit, so that sounds okay. He likes a little pot, doesn't he? And if you look at the Chelsea guys again, the Aubameyang's 3-1, Havertz is 7-2, and Sterling is 9-2. Interesting. To score 2 or more goals, just have a quick look at Alvarez. I mean, Alvarez makes a habit of getting a couple. Can get a habit of getting a couple of goals. He's done it for River Plate in the past. He's done it at least once for us, hasn't he? But he's 13-2 to score 2 or more goals, and I think he'll get a full game. So that's interesting. Half time, full time, it's got to be City again, hasn't it, for both? But I think a draw in City is more likely at 10-3. I think that's my favourite. City's 5-4, a bit restrictive, but a draw in City's 10-3. A draw and a draw is 6-1 if you think he'll take it to penalties. A first corner is City a 4-9 on, so I think that's a pretty good bet if you don't mind odds on. Chelsea 11-8, but I think very rarely City don't get the first corner, so I think that's quite an interesting price, and it's very tempting, that one, even though I say it's odds on, but still tempting. Most corners, again, very tempting. Again, all right, longer odds on 3-10, but again, it's you sort of giving money away, aren't they there with that? What do you think, guys? That's just 365 actually, so keep your eye on that one. Most corners, City 3-10. I like the cut of that jib. I don't mind betting odds on sometimes. I want to make a few quid. Right, correct score: 1-0 to City, 2-0 to City, and 2-1 to City are all 7-1. A 3-1 City win is 10-1. You fancy a draw? 0-0 is 16s, 1-1 is 15-2, and 2-2 is 14s. Yeah, more likely for the 0-0 and the 1-1, I think. A 1-0 win to Chelsea is 18, and a 2-1 win to Chelsea is 16-1. So something for the Chelsea fans to have a look at. Team to score first. No value on City on that one, but Chelsea get 23-10. So that's not too bad. To score first doesn't mean they'll win the game. To win 2-0, City are 13-8. Again, I like the sound of that, but Chelsea are a massive 12-1. I mean, if they nick it, if say they nick it 1-0 or something like that, yeah, I mean, that's a good price again for Chelsea fans. Look at the handicaps. Give Chelsea a couple of goals. That's 4-7 on. Again, interesting odds on. Man City in 90 minutes with Bet365 is 1-2, so it's similar to City winning. Obviously, City winning the game anyway, isn't it? Chelsea are 9-2 on that basis. So again, same difference. But if you want it, City on penalties. And Mr. Andy Morrison in the magazine, the the digital magazine for November, predicts a 1-1 with City to win on penalties. So if you fancy City to win on penalties, that's 15-2, and if you fancy Chelsea to win on penalties, that's 17-2. So very interesting. Goals under or over 2.5 is 4-7. I think that's safe. I think there should be 3 goals in this game at least. That's 4-7 on. I mean, will there be 4 goals? Bit more debatable, but you get 6-4 on that, so it may be worth a little flutter. Winning margin: City 1 goal is 11-4, a 2 goal is 10-3, and a 3 goal is 11-2. I'm not expecting more than a 1 or 2 goal winning margin. A Chelsea 1 goal is 8-1, feasible, and a Chelsea 2 goal winning margin get as high as 20-1. But having said that, if you're leading, Chelsea leading 1-0 and City are pushing for it, it's easy to add a second, isn't it, late on and stuff like that, or they're leading 2-1 and you're pushing for a goal. So that's not too bad, 20-1, I don't think. Both teams to score. Well, the bookies are going no 11-10, so they think both teams will score. I'm thinking someone will keep a clean sheet. I'm hoping it's us, of course. But also, no for both teams to score. I quite like that, 11-10. Yes, it's 13-20, so a bit restrictive on that. So there you go, guys. There's little thoughts. As I said, keep your bets in the minimum. We don't know what sort of teams are going to be playing in this. It's always very, very difficult with Carabao Cup games, and especially Chelsea, say, have got injury problems themselves. And of course, they've just been beaten by Arsenal. So what priority will Potter put on the Carabao Cup. I'm not convinced he will. I think he might go for the FA Cup, and obviously they've still got a good tilt at the Champions League. You don't have to be the best team to win the Champions League, and they've done very well so far. So I'll be surprised if he goes strong, and I will be surprised if Pep goes strong. I think he'll, as I say, I think he'll rest most of the team that played against Fulham. Anyway, we'll see, won't we, guys? Let me know what you're doing. Let me know what your bets are. It'd be great to hear from you and find out what you fancy. Then I can keep my fingers crossed for you as well. That's great. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave us your comments. Until we meet again, and that's one thing, don't I? Please stay safe, Blues. Come on, City. Bye for now.